Welcome, everybody, to the Source Magazine, taking a look back at the year 1992, the summer. If you guys can remember, the top of the year was already hot. We had releases by Gangstar with the Daily Operation, debut albums from Pete Rock and CL Smooth, making the Soul Brother, as well as Fushniken's Das Effects Spice One. But today we are going to talk about the July 1992 issue. Let's take a look at that right now.
Man, look at that. Look at that. Nice and glossy as always, man.
Oh, yeah.
Very jealous.
Don't be. Only way to keep it.
Yeah,
We'd definitely like to share with you guys what was going on that month. Let's go ahead and take a look at that issue.
Yes, sir. Look at that. Nice and crisp what you had on there. Criss Cross, Das Effects.
Yo, Main Source, EPMD, Too Short.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Can't wait to look at this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miles Davis on there too, man. Wow.
No doubt. Let's take a look at this issue.
All right, man. So first up, what do we have, man? The best buys. We have the heavy rotation, the fat tape, of course, like always. But man, some of the stuff for the best buys that for this issue was X-Clan Exodus, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brother. You had Little Sean, goddamn.
Man, yeah.
The voice in the mirror. Yo, what's up with Little Sean? Gangstar, Daily Operation, man. That
Classic
was some
album.
Of the best buys for that summer.
Right.
What else we had going on in heavy rotation? Showbiz and AG. Showbiz and AG, of course. Penthouse Players. You remember who that was?
I do. You know, they were down with DJ Quick. I think Eazy had a hand with them, so I definitely remember them. I think if I can recall, that and Gangstar dropped the same day. They were definitely in heavy rotation where I was from, 1992.
Okay. One of my top favorites, Boogie Down Productions, Sex and Violence. Arrested Development was there too as well.
Right.
Man, Criss Cross, totally crossed out.
Can't forget about them.
Nah. No matter what anybody says, man, they did set some trends. You know what I mean? Because I saw a few people rocking this shit backwards. Das Effects, Dead Serious, one of my favorites as well.
Yep.
Yeah, man, heavy hitters on here.
I agree.
Do you remember who the hell Raheem was?
Yeah, he was down with Rap A Lot Records, but that album was definitely not in heavy rotation my way. So
got you, man. And let's see, what did they have for the fat tape in this issue? Papa Large remix, Ultramagnetic.
Oh man, yes sir.
One of my favorites.
Night Shift remix. I believe Kane was on that, wasn't he?
Night Shift. Yep. Big Daddy Kane.
Deep Cover, man. I remember when that video came on, and I was like, "Who is this skinny guy rapping with Dre?" Little did I know he would turn into who he is today. That's the legend Snoop Doggy Dogg. Faking the Funk, Main Source. That was on the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack.
Yes, sir. Come and talk to me. Look at that. Come and talk to me about Jodeci.
Yeah, that was the yeah.
That was the version that they did with the that EPMD joint, right?
Done it. Yeah, crazy.
That shit was hot.
Even a new Mary J. Blige, You Remind Me, was on the fat tape. Who else was on Ghetto Red Hot? Who can forget that remix from Super Cat?
Yeah, man.
That was my jam.
Very dope, man. Very dope. I like this fat tape.
Yep. I give it 2 thumbs up.
I see once again Shantae, man. Roxanne Shantae is made it in this issue again with the Big Mama.
Yep.
So for all of those checking this out, make sure you go back and check our June 92 edition, right, of the Source, because she was in that one as well.
Right.
Yeah. So she was doing her thing in 92, man. I kind of forgot about that.
I did too, man. Brings back good memories.
All right, let's see, man. Let's flip the page and see what else we have.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, who had the dopest rhyme of the month? It looks like Cool Keith from Ultramatic MCs was picked from Papa Large. Go ahead and give us a little taste of that one.
Man, yo, I'm not gonna front though. That was one of my favorite joints when he came out with this. But yeah, hip hop quotable. I keep in shape and do my physical fitness. Your heads are numb, so your brains will miss this. This is for like pick them up, eat them up, pick them up, eat them up. Yo, only Cool Keith could do this.
Pick them up, Picky.
Eat them up, yeah. Pick them up, Picklehead. Pick them up, Picky. He's crazy. And then I like when he goes, Blackjack. That's a fact, right and exact. what is it? Behind Your Back, the funk rhyming master blaster kicking up in the rainstorm, rap form. Yo, he's crazy, bro.
No
I don't
doubt.
think anybody else could pull something like this off, man, but Cool Keith.
I would
But
love to see those guys in that office coming up with that particular rhyme.
yeah. Nah, but shout out to Cool Keith, man. He's
No doubt.
one of my favorite MCs, man. I'm not gonna front.
Absolutely.
And
Underrated.
Ultramagnetic, you know what I mean? Ultramagnetic MCs as a group.
Right.
Also, man. But yeah, shout out to Hip Hop Quotable for 92, right, of July.
No doubt.
Very dope, very dope. And what's up with Donald Strawberry, man? He was always in something, huh?
Oh man, always. Yeah. I think at this point he's coming out with a book. But yeah, he definitely has a long history of struggles. But I'm glad he's in a point today where he has overcome those.
Yeah, nah, shout out to Donald Strawberry, man. I used to love him, when he was playing. But yeah, Hip Hop Quotable for 92, July edition, man. Pretty dope pick.
Pretty dope.
Oh man, let's flip the
page.
Let's
see what else we got. So on this page, rap session looks like the death of vinyl, the art of DJing. If you guys can remember, CDs were slowly making a transition into making up a large percentage of the sales back in the days. It looks like cassettes made up for 80% back in 1992, CDs 20 to 25%, whereas only 2% of sales were vinyl back then. And I can remember, man, like making that transition from cassette vinyl straight to CD. Like I was taken away by CDs back in 92 moving forward. So I can definitely remember that point when Dr. Dre's The Chronic came out. That was the point where I transitioned to CDs.
Right. Yeah, that's about right. 92, I guess, more or less. I like technology is, right? You easier. You didn't have to worry about the rewinding and fast forwarding. You could get to the song you wanted a lot easier.
To tape,
you didn't have to worry.
To tape getting ate up in the boombox.
Tape getting eaten up. Until we found out that the CDs, right, if you leave it out in the sun too long, it gets messed up. They get scratched up or whatever. But definitely was a nice transition at the time, I guess. Even though right now, at this point in time, I kind of like my cassettes, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man. But
it's
crazy how they were talking about the vinyl, though, right? Back then in 92. And, we talk about that all the time now. When new artists come out with albums that we're always like, man, are you going to put out some vinyl? You know what I mean? Provide us with that nice hardware.
Right.
But, yeah, it's crazy.
That was 92.
92. Flip the page, brother.
Let's see what we got. This month, it looks like the unsigned hype went to Puppets of Chaos, three brothers from Brooklyn, Queens, and Harlem. I'm not sure who these guys were at the time. Still not sure who they are. If anybody can help us out. What about you, Uncle E? Do you remember Puppets of Chaos?
No, man. I tried looking them up a little bit, you know what I mean? But I don't really recall, hearing their music that much or who they are. So yeah, if you guys, watching this, man, leave us a comment, on our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Instagram as well, changing up the Hip Hop Guards, man. And if you know who they are, just, let us know, man. We can't remember everybody. But what I will find interesting, man, that I see they described, their style was chaotic, right? And then it says something like these kids are, it says, well, let's just say they're iller than a homosexual Rhinoceros Rex playing twister with a giraffe, afflicted with elephantitis, acting like an orangutan. Sounds crazy. Maybe they were down at the Brooklyn Zoo or something, man.
just by the description and the look of them, it's sort of like the King and I mixed with Yak Fu Front. It's the feeling I'm kind of getting.
Right now, I'm what's dope about doing this, man, is that, like I said, you kind of revisit certain things, right? That you either went under the radar or maybe you just forgot.
Right.
It gives us something to kind of go back and dig and you never know, man. We might find some hidden gems that we missed. You know what I mean?
Right. One of these guys may have turned into a super producer who went by another name, or if anybody knows any info on the Puppets of Chaos, be sure to leave us a comment so we can go back and take a further look.
For For sure. Let's see what else is in this issue, man. Let's flip the page. All right. So also in this issue for 92 of July, man, the Criss Cross makes their debut, right? If everybody remembers them from Jermaine Dupri, So Def Time, they had a pretty big impact, I would say, man. They that
Absolutely.
strong jump, right? That shit still plays to this day, you know what I mean?
Right.
Their style of dress, you know what I mean? We're wearing the stuff backwards.
Right.
In front, there was a lot of people doing that for a while.
Exactly.
So they made a big impact.
Absolutely. People can't front on the influence that those two kids brought back in 1992. I remember it like it was yesterday, you know what I mean? So definitely big shout outs and a rest in peace to one half of Criss Cross.
That's right. I remember there was a little, they had a lot of people, because Tretch came out with a song where he kind of threw a line mentioning Jermaine Dupri, that when he see him, he's gonna dig in his pockets because he owed him money for that jump shit. Right. So I don't remember where that kind of went. If it was true or did he really write for them, I can't remember. But
right.
But yeah, man, shout out to Criss Cross, man.
Big shout out.
Made a big guy. And then speaking on fashion and style and coming out with new style of rhyming and everything, we also had Das Effects at that time.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Came out. The
whole new style.
Look was different. They had that rough, rugged, and raw type of look from Brooklyn, even though one was from Jersey, man. To me, I don't know. I consider both, coming straight out of Brooklyn for some reason. But
right.
Shout out to Crazy Drazy and Books. But yeah, man, what you think about Das Effects when they first came out?
Man, new, original, breath of fresh air. It's just sad that so many acts came and bit their style and kind of ran with it, and you could see as they moved on in the future that they had to kind of dumb down the rhymes, no more giggity, because so many people came in and kind of just bit their whole style, you know what I mean? But we can't forget about the originators, which were Das Effects of that style back in 92.
Yeah. Now let me ask you too. So when it first came out, they had that Iggity style, whatever, right? And then after that, they kind of stopped, like you said.
Yep.
Did you still appreciate them when they weren't doing that, the Iggity style?
Yeah, I still did. That went on through the, first, second, about the third album. But by then you had so many clones that, kind of robbed Das Effects of their moment. You know what I mean? Like, there was just so much going on as far as artists biting that style. So, I'll always attribute that style and that time to Das Effects, the originators.
Yeah. Personally, I was a big fan. I still liked them even after they stopped, with the Iggity style, like Walk Like a Criminal was my joint. Back the Fuck Up was my
Microphone Master.
Yeah. Oh, Back in Effect. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I still, to me, they were always dope, man. And to this day, if you ever go see them perform, they still put on a dope show.
Right. So much energy.
Shout out to Das Effects.
Shout out.
Flip the page, brother.
Let's see what's going on. As a hip hop fan, we always wanted to know what was in the pipeline, what was the upcoming releases. And the summer of 1992 did not hold back. Let's take a look back at some of the albums that were supposed to come out, that didn't come out, that got their titles changed, and much more. Let's take a look at those. First up, we got Kool G Rap and DJ Polo releasing Live and Let Die, which was a classic album in 1992. Remember that album?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, man. I always was trying to wait and anticipate for anything Kool G Rap was coming out with. But yeah, I remember that one pretty much. Was it my favorite? I can't really say it was, what I mean? But it was always cool, man, to see what Kool G Rap was coming with. I think it was pretty dope that he chose to work with Sir Jinx, what I mean, on this one. That was pretty interesting. Shout out to Sir Jinx, who we had the pleasure of having on our show.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, and what else did they have?
This Is How We Move It. This was Grand Poobah's big debut, but it ended up turning into Real to Real. Man, as much as I love Poobah as a artist on, guest appearances and with Brand Nubian, this one failed to live up to, I think, his full potential. Had some bangers, but as far as Poobah, man, it should be a 5-star classic, but it fell a little short.
I felt the same way too, man. I was also again anticipating him coming out with something, and you know, being a fan of his ever since Masters of Ceremonies and Brand Nubians.
Right.
Um, you know, it's not that it was bad. You know what I mean? It just, I guess I was expecting a lot more. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
shout out to Grand Pooh, but always dope.
And Mr. Todd Shaw dropped Shorty the Pimp. Always good times in the summer when you got a new Too Short tape. He kept the formula. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And that's why he's still winning today. And those were some of the projects. Let's look and see what else we had that summer. We also had that summer Heavy Rhyme Experience by the Brand New Heavies. That album featured Black Sheep, Gangstar, Edo G, Grand Puba, Cool G Rap, Main Source, and much more. Definitely a banger from top to bottom.
Yeah. Brand New Heavies, so again, dope group. What else do we have? Roxanne Shante with Deadly Rhymes. Living Large, right? Once again, she makes it in to the 92 July edition, which she was in the June edition as well. Shout out to Roxanne Shante for staying relevant, I'm sorry, all this time.
Absolutely. And this one broke my heart, man. Coming off the banger, Faking the Funk off the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack. Main Source was supposed to regroup and drop the album The Science, which never materialized. I'm not sure exactly whatever happened to that project, but it was definitely looked forward to by many like myself. But unfortunately, that album never saw the light of day.
Yeah, man, that was a kind of a disappointment, man.
Absolutely.
All right,
Let's see
let's
what
see.
else we had.
Yes, sir.
Also that summer, we had the return of DJ Quick with his sophomore album, Way Too Funky. It featured his cohorts, AMG, Second to None, and High C. Definitely a banger and a must-have still to this day. Salute to DJ Quick, a dope producer, as well as MC on the mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And next up, you have Chubb Rock, Arrival, right? Which did that changed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the title changed.
The title changed on production by the Track Masters. Salute to the Track Masters as well. Man, Chubb Rock, again, one of my favorites. Someone I wish would still freaking put out some good music. I don't know what he's doing.
He's living off Treat 'Em Right and just the two of us. So
yeah.
It's all good.
I know him, Kwame, Moni Love. I know
Special Ed.
Special Ed and doing
Looks like
thing.
Greg Nice is part of that now as an alumni.
That
yep.
Okay. So shout out to all of them. And what else? Oh, come on, man.
Oh, man.
Rakim.
Man, I remember this like it was yesterday. The return of Eric B. and Rakim with Don't Sweat the Technique, Casualties of War, Teach the Children. So many bangers on that. What's on Your Mind? I still play that to this day. So they were on a 4-album winning streak. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's almost unheard of these days. There's only a certain few you could put in that category. Gangstar, EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim kept a winning formula. Shout out to them. Don't Sweat the Technique 30 years later.
Casualties of War was one of my favorites. Let's see what's up next, man. Let's turn the page.
Let's see what else we had that summer. Also, that issue was mentioned that Hit Squad member Redman Reggie Noble was due to drop his album that summer. It was supposed to be called What, but it eventually was called What the Album. But that album ended up dropping later than the summer of 1992. And man, what a banger it was. I'm sure we'll get to that later on this year. But that album was due to drop the summer of 1992. Also, another Hit Squad member, K Solo, dropped his sophomore album, Time's Up. I was really impressed with his sophomore album. I think he took a few years in between, but songs like Premonition of a Prisoner, Long Live the Fugitive, and that single, I Can't Hold It Back, he definitely had the summer of 1992 rocking.
Yes, sir. And then you had MC Ren, Kiss My Black. Right?
The EP, yeah.
The EP, Ruthless Records, man, / Priority. Production by Bobcat, the one and only Bobcat.
Right.
You know,
so
this he was doing close. This thing as well.
Right. Just as pretty much right after the split of NWA, because I'm sure Dr. Dre would have had a hand in on production. But this was MC Ren's moment to go solo the summer of 1992. Just a quick EP to keep our mouths watering before he dropped his debut album later on.
Right. And then up next, one of my favorites, man, EPMD. Man, what can I say? Uh, To me, EPMD couldn't do no wrong, bro. Anything they
Absolutely.
came out, I was looking forward. It's
Right.
it's probably my top favorite hip hop duo
Yeah.
of
And
all time, man.
like I said, as far as runs go, they had a strong 4 album run consecutive.
Yeah. And not only that, and then just as a collective, man, they would come, K Solo, like we just said, right there on the same page. Das
That's
Effects we just
effects.
talked about as well. You know what I mean? Redman.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
on and on. They had it on lock, man.
Yes, they did.
K Solo. Wait, damn. Das Effects, K Solo, Redman, and EPMD, all four. That's on this one issue. Come
Yeah.
on, man. You couldn't get any better than them, man. But yeah,
Not at
shout out
all.
to EPMD. Business never personal. What can we say, man? Def Jam / Columbia. Always
Yeah,
look
man.
to EPMD.
Who could forget the headbanger? That was like the summer anthem straight from the Boondocks. It was crazy. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Summer 1992. Business never personal. Still a classic to this day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's flip the page, see what's up next.
Let's take a look at the Sure Shot singles from 1992.
The almighty RSO, straight out of Boston, right? What they had, One in the Chamber. He's going to catch it. Tommy Boy production by various producers. I wasn't too big on my side as far as the
Yeah, me
the
neither.
almighty RSO.
Right.
So let us know if you guys what you thought about that group coming out of that was affiliated with Benzino, right?
Yep.
The
Benzino's
RSO,
group.
yeah.
Yep.
The Beastie Boys, So What You Want remix, Capitol Records production. You had
Cypress
Grand Mix
Hill
of
on that joint.
Mugs.
Yep.
That was a pretty. I was down. I like Beastie
Oh
Boys.
yeah,
Man.
Beastie Boys. Yeah, absolutely.
That was a dope track. Also, K Solo, I Can't Hold It Back. That was on Atlantic Records.
Produced by Sam Snead.
Sam Snead. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Right.
Sam Snead. Again, I was K Solo, always a fan of his, man. Used to look forward to that. And then none other than Too Short, once again. It's true. I want to be free. Jive Records, right?
Yep.
Another one, man, longevity at its finest.
Absolutely. That was your Sure Shot singles for 1992.
Let's see what's up next.
Big shout out to Andre Leroy Davis, who did the last word. The choice is yours. Coming up August of 1992 issue, we will be looking at Too Short, the Rodney King Verdict, as well as the brand new heavies. We appreciate everybody for taking a trip down memory lane on the July 1992 issue of The Source.
Yes, sir. And once again, make sure to go back and check out our first episode, 1992 June edition of The Source. We covered that one, and just make sure to subscribe. We got a lot more coming your way.
Absolutely. I'm the journalist Sincere.
It's me, Uncle Lee.
We'll see you again next episode.
Peace.
Peace.